When a man finally bought the car of his dreams, he thought it would bring joy and comfort to his family. But instead of peace, it became the very source of war in his home. His wife claimed the front seat because she was the wife, and his mother claimed it because she carried him for 9 months. What started as a small argument soon grew into daily battles, shame before neighbors, and finally a shocking decision that left everyone speechless. The man has been saving for years, and finally, one bright Saturday evening, he drove home with a shiny silver car. His heart was full of pride. He parked right in front of the house and stepped out, smiling. The wife ran outside, almost tripping. "My husband, you bought it? You really bought it?" she shouted, clapping her hands with joy. Before he could answer, the mother's voice came from the veranda. "My God, I live to see this day. My son now owns a car." She came down slowly, her hands raised like she was blessing it. The wife quickly placed her hand on the bonnet. "This is our car. We struggled together, my husband and I. At last, we will not stand at bus stop again." The mother frowned. "Our car? Don't start. Without me carrying him for 9 months and raising him with my sweat, would you even have a husband? If anyone deserves the front seat, it is me." The wife's smile disappeared. "Mama, I respect you, but let us be clear. The wife belongs in the front. It is not argument, it is order." The mother raised her eyebrows. "Order? You want to put me at the back like a visitor over my dead body?" The man raised both hands. "Please, let's not spoil this moment. We just got the car." But they were not listening. The wife opened the front passage quickly and sat down. "This is my place. No one can remove me." The mother marched to the door, pulled it open, and glanced inside. "Shift. Respect your elders. I am the mother here, not you." The wife leaned closer to the dashboard. "With all due respect, Mama, I will not move. You will sit at the back. Wife first." The mother gasped. "So the woman who carried him, suffered, and labored will be pushed to the back seat. This is an insult." "Yes," the wife snapped. The man stood there, his head almost pounding. He pulled the car key from the ignition, stepped down, and locked the door. "That's it. Nobody is going anywhere. If this is what this car will cost, then let it remain parked." He walked straight inside, leaving the wife sitting stubbornly in the front and the mother still holding the door. Neighbors peeped from corners, whispering and laughing. And that was only the first day of trouble. From that first day, peace left the house. Every time the man started the car, the same fight again. One Sunday morning, he came out dressed for church. He cleaned the car, put his Bible inside, and waited for his wife and mother. The wife rushed out first, tied her scarf, and without wasting time opened the front door. "Today is God's day. I must sit here." She sat down and adjusted her seat like a queen. The mother came out slowly, carrying her handbag. When she saw the wife already in front, she stopped and stared. "So you mean I will sit at the back while you ride in front? Over my dead body?" The wife raised her chin. "Mama, let us respect ourselves. The wife belongs here. This is my place." The mother shouted, "Shut your mouth. If I did not carry this boy for 9 months, will you even call him husband? You have forgotten your place." The man sighed. "Please, we are going to the house of God. Don't bring shame outside." But the wife refused to move, and the mother refused to enter. The man tried begging, but no one listened. At the end, he turned off the engine, locked the door, and said, we are not going anywhere again. That day they missed church. It did not stop there. One afternoon, he came home from work and both of them were waiting. He wanted to take them to the market. The wife quickly opened the car first and jumped inside. The mother grabbed the door and pulled. "Shift, I said shift," she shouted. "I will not shift," the wife fired back. "Mama, stop disgracing us." The two dragged the door until the man shouted, "Enough!" He threw the car key into his pocket and went inside. That day, nobody went to the market. It became routine. Sometimes he would cancel the movement completely. Other times he would drive off alone, leaving both of them behind. One evening, a neighbor whispers to him, "My brother, it looks like you bought a car for war, not for peace." He forced a smile, but inside his heart, he knew the man was right. Little by little, he started to hate the same car he once loved. The quarrel did not stop. In fact, it became worse. One Saturday morning, the man came out, dressed neatly. He had promised to take his wife and mother for a family visit. As soon as he opened the car, the wife rushed out with her handbag. "Today, I will sit in front," she said firmly, pushing the seat back and locking the door. The mother followed quickly. She tapped on the glass. "Open this door, young woman. I will sit there. Do you hear me? Open it." The wife shook her head. "Mama, not today. I will not move an inch." The mother began shouting, "Ungrateful child! Because of you, I cannot even sit beside my own son. You are wicked." The wife shouted back, "And you, Mama, wants to push me inside in my own husband's car. This is not fair." The noise grew neighbors outside. Some stood at their balcony. Others gathered by the gate. One man laughed loudly. "Look at them. Car that is meant for joy. See how it has become a battlefield." Another neighbor shook her head. "If I were the man, I would sell it and buy a bicycle. That one has no front seat." The man stood there, shame burning in his chest. His hands trembled as he held the key. He looked at his wife, still inside, and his mother, still outside, both of them refusing to give up. Finally, he raised his voice. "Enough! This car has taken away my peace. If this is what it will continue to cause, then let it leave this house." The wife turned quickly. "What do you mean?" The mother frowned. "What are you saying, my son?" He looked at both of them, his face hard. "I will sell this car. By next week, it will not be here again." For a moment, silence covered the compound. Neighbors gasped. The wife's mouth hung open. The mother shook her head as if she didn't hear well. "You will sell it?" the wife whispered. "Yes," he said. "Better to walk in peace than to drive in war." The mother dropped her handbag in shock. "So you will remove the car completely?" "Yes. Let there be no front seat for anybody to fight for." True to his words, a few days later, he sold the car. When the buyer drove it away, both the wife and the mother stood quietly staring, unable to speak. For the first time, the house was silent, but the silence was not sweet. It was heavy. The day the car left the compound, the house was as quiet as a graveyard. But by evening, the storm started. The wife slammed the bedroom door and faced the mother. "Are you happy now? You caused this. If you had allowed me to sit in front like a normal wife, the car would still be here." The mother's eyes widened. She clapped her hands in disbelief. "Me? You are blaming me? If you had respected me as the mother, we would not be in this shame together." The wife folded her arms. "Respect? Mama, respect is not by dragging front seats. You disgrace me in front of the whole neighborhood. People are now laughing at us." The mother pointed her finger. "And you? You think they are not laughing at you? A small girl dragging position with her husband's mother. Shame on you." The wife's voice rose. Small girl, I am the wife. If I cannot sit beside my husband, then who should? You wanted to take over everything. The mother shouted back, yes, I carried him for 9 months. I breastfed him. Without me, you will not even have a husband to marry. And you dare to push me to the back? The man, tired of their noise, came out of the sitting room. Enough. The car is gone and both of you are still fighting. What do you want now? Both they were not listening. The wife burst into tears. You see what your mother has caused. Now we are back to standing at bus stop like before. People will laugh at us. The mother snapped. And you see what your wife has caused. You sold the car because of her stubbornness. Who will carry me to the hospital now? You want me to be entering Okada at my age? The wife shouted through her tears. At least Okada does not have front seat to fight over. The mother gasped and placed her hand on her chest. You insult me again? You insult me in my own son's house? The man covered his face with both hands. His dream car, the joy of his heart, had vanished. Now his home was hotter than before. The neighbors who once laughed at their fight now whispered another story. They lost a car not because of money, but because of pride. And inside the house, the blame continued day after day, wife against mother, mother against wife, while the man sat in silence, regretting the day he bought the car. Weeks passed, and the house was full of quarrels and blame. The wife complained about trekking to market. The mother complained about climbing Okada to the hospital. The man kept quiet. One Friday evening, he came home whistling. In his hands was a bunch of keys. The wife rushed forward. Did you buy another car? The mother stood up quickly. My son, tell me it is true. You bought another one? The man smiled. Yes, I bought something better. They followed him outside in excitement, but when he pointed at the gate, their smile vanished. Parked outside was not a car, but a brand new keke napepe tricycle. The wife's mouth opened wide. Keke, you mean this is what you bought? The mother blinked in shock. You want me, your mother, to ride keke? The man laughed softly. Yes, no more fighting. This keke has 2 seats in front. Both of you can sit beside me at the same time. No need for dragging. The wife stomped her feet. This is embarrassment. How can I sit in keke with my husband as the driver? The mother clapped her hands. God forbid. My son that I carried in my womb, now riding keke like a common man? The man shrugged. Better to drive keke in peace than to own a car in war. At least this one solved the seat problem. Both of you sit in front. I will drive. The man placed her hand on her head. I cannot believe this. People will laugh at me. The mother hissed. People will laugh at me too. Imagine me, Mama, sitting in keke like a passenger. The man jungled the key. Laugh or no laugh, this is the new ride. Anyone who wants to go out, enter. If not, stay at home. He started the engine. The sound of the keke filled the compound. Neighbors ran out and burst into laughter. Ah, so he sold a car and bought keke. At least nobody will fight again, one neighbor shouted. The wife and mother stood frozen, staring at the keke. Neither wanted to sit, but both also didn't want to miss their movement. In the end, they quietly entered the keke, sitting side by side in the front seat, their faces long and sore. The man grinned, adjusted the mirror, and said, finally, peace. And for the first time in weeks, he drove out with both of them in silence. While the neighbors laughed till tears came out of their eyes. At first, the wife and the mother felt ashamed each time they entered the keke. Neighbors would laugh. Children would point, and even strangers on the road would whisper. But as days passed, something changed. One evening, after they returned from market, the wife turns to the mother. Mama, all this fight we fought over front seat. Now look at us, sitting side by side in keke. Was it worth it? The mother sighed deeply. My daughter, I have been thinking the same. I let pride control me. I should have remembered that you are his wife and respect you. The wife's eyes softened. And I should have been patient too. I should have given you the honor you deserve as his mother. For the first time in weeks, silence fell between them. But this time it was not anger, it was understanding. The man, still at the wheel, glanced at both of them. So finally, you people can talk like human beings? The mother chuckled. My son, forgive me. I wanted the seat so much that I forgot what really matters. The wife nodded. Yes, my husband. I also fought you with stubbornness. Forgive me too. The man smiled quietly. If this keke has finally taught us peace, then I don't regret buying it. From that day, things changed in the house. The wife and the mother stopped arguing about who should sit where. When they entered the keke, they laughed together and sometimes even tensed each other. Mama Shift, you are sitting on my wrapper. Daughter, you too are pressing me with your bag. The neighbors who once laughed at their shame now admired their peace. And though the man no longer had a fine car, he had something greater, quietness in his home. Because in the end, he had proven that it is better to ride humble in harmony than to drive proudly in constant war. In the end, the car that was meant to be a symbol of success became a lesson in humility. The man, his wife, and his mother finally understood that peace in the home is worth more than the finest car on the road. Sometimes it is not about who sits in front, but about learning to sit together in harmony. Pride and stubbornness can turn blessings into burdens. Respect is not about position, but about love and understanding. A peaceful home is more valuable than any car, house, or wealth. Family unity is built when everyone learns to compromise. True maturity is knowing when to step back so peace can reign. And that is how a brand new car turned into a wrestling ring between wife and mother. At last, the man chose peace over pride and replaced the battlefield with a keke. So whenever you see a family riding happily in keke, don't laugh too loud. You may just be looking at a home that finally found peace by sharing the front seat. Better to ride in keke in peace than to drive a car in pieces. If one front seat can scatter a family, then wisdom is to remove the seat before it removes the family. When a man buys a car, he should first buy a helmet because sometimes the real accident starts inside the house. Peace is not in the brand of the car, it is in the heart of those sitting inside. Even keke can carry joy, but a car can carry war. A wise man does not argue who will sit in front. He simply makes sure everyone sits in peace. If wife and mother cannot share one seat, let them share one lesson. Pride does not move any family forward. Some families fight over steering, some fight over fuel, but the loudest fight is always over the front seat. At the end of the day, the man proved one thing: cars come and go, but peace must stay. Thank you for watching this story. Hi besties, what moral lesson did you learn from this story? Kindly share your thoughts with me in the comment section. Like this story, give this story a thumbs up. Share this story to someone who might be interested. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you've not done so by now. Until I bring an interesting and educative story your way. Bye.